Hey, what's up? I'm Gary.
And I'm Nate.
And this is the Gary
and Nate podcast.
Dude.
Yeah.
We're like Hall & Oates right now. We're just killing it.
Amos and Andy. I love it.
All right, I'll self-indulge because this is going to be a Nate heavy podcast. So I'm only going to do one date. July 12th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Palms Casino. Pearl Theater inside the Palms Casino.
Nice.
Which is beautiful. So they always book me in July because the NBA Summer League's there.
Yeah. And that's a good time.
I think they figure black people are in town. We're going to grab all the mamas.
Yeah. How many All-Star weekends / Super Bowl weekend / Black History Month showcases have you done?
Well, usually if you do Super Bowl All-Star, it was an ensemble show. But, this is always good because it's always better when it's by yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This will be 5. This will be the 5th year minus 2 years off COVID. So we didn't do 20 and 21. So we did 19, 23, 24, 25. This is the 4th time I've done the Pearl Theater. 4th time.
That's dope.
Started at the Orleans, and then I moved up, I guess you could call it.
What is
the Orleans?
No. It's dope?
The casino's kind of it's all right. I don't want to badmouth the casino that brought me so many years.
Oh, the full weekend, the 10th through the 12th, I'm doing Denver, Colorado, the Comedy.
I've never done Comedy Works. I've only done the Improv.
It's Comedy Works, right, Dren? Yeah, the South Club, which is like their big one. So, do it. I was going to do Paramount, but Trenton is originally from Colorado Springs, and he was gigging a lot in Denver, and they made it very hard for him to get on the stage at the Comedy Works. And a lot of the comics, they're kind of dog eat dog out there, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he was like, when we do Denver, can we do Comedy Works, please?
Oh, this is for your boy.
So I was like, fuck it then. Let's go.
It's for your guy.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. But here's what's more pressing, okay? Yesterday, I imagine this is out on, this comes out on Wednesdays?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yesterday, my special dropped.
What's it called?
Super funny.
I knew that. I just want to see if you knew.
So the special dropped yesterday, which should be enough time already for you to have seen it. So because you saw it and you went down the rabbit hole and you found all the stuff I'm doing, I would like to say welcome to all the new viewers.
There's probably people from
all over the world,
Vietnam and Nicaragua and Australia right now that were like, hey, that guy, who's that?
Yeah, well, welcome. And this is one of the things that I do here, the Gary and Nate podcast. This is Gary Owen, very established comic. Make sure you tap into his stuff. Thank you for supporting me. There's so much stuff for you to just go ahead and get consumed with. I should be your favorite comic if you saw the special. I have dates coming up. If you're in the Denver area, if it's not already sold out, get a ticket. I'm willing to add shows. It's not too late. So there's that. And
do you do that? Do you add days and just change your flight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I do too.
And then the 18th, I have Atlantic City, and then Mashantucket, Connecticut is on the 19th. For other dates, go to natejacksoncomedy.com. And I hope you enjoyed the special. What did you think?
Where did you just say you was at? Before the Connecticut date.
The 18th is Atlantic City.
Where are you performing at?
Where am I performing at? I don't know.
Casino, right?
Yes.
Look it up. It's on Ticketmaster, right?
Yeah, I can look it up real quick. We're in Atlantic City. Here we go. Atlantic City at I'll have it real fast, Tropicana Showroom.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Tropicana Showroom. And, okay, so I'm going to add a show. And so come on down. The first one at 7 o'clock is almost already a wrap, and so we will probably have a late show that night. So there you go. And then
you definitely after the special drops, you're definitely gonna have to.
I think that everything is gonna have to be just a little bit bigger. Like we can stay in certain spaces and add, but I think that it may be why stay in the 2,000 in the 2,500 seater realm if we have 5,000 people that want to see me.
Bam.
But the special should have motivated you to be like, where else can I see this guy? Because now you know. It's not just roasting. It's not just crowd work. Now you know. Now you know, like, oh, this person is immensely talented, and I would love to see them if they're in my market.
Whoa.
I'm coming.
That's a big word.
Immensely?
Yeah.
Immensely talented?
Yeah.
I am.
That's a big word.
You are.
Yeah.
It's time to
I'm not
start
saying
calling
it's
things what
I'm
they
saying
are,
it's
man.
The wrong word.
I
I just said it's a big
It's
word.
a big one. It's a 75-point word if you're playing the word games. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Where do you? Let me ask you this: where does someone go as a guy that hasn't had a Netflix special?
Yeah.
Is the goal just another Netflix special, or is the goal, what is it?
I know what I'm gonna do in my next 3 specials.
You gonna do it on Netflix, or you do it yourself?
Yeah, man, I've had a wonderful experience with Netflix, so I'd like to do that there. I would like to do Super Funny Presents, and basically, it's the rebranding of what I did at Moon Tower with Overlooked, and I'd like to present acts that I think people need to know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then there'll still be my stuff, but I want to take that and say Super Funny Presents, because the next tour, this tour that starts in September, is called Big Dog.
Are you taking time off, or you're seamlessly going hard with what's the current tour? What was it called?
Super Funny World Tour.
Okay, you seamlessly. Are you taking any time off? Or you're just going super funny, and then boom, next week we start the Big Dog tour.
I would like to be like, oh, we took some time off, but I have a feeling it's going to feel like the latter option.
But don't, as a guy that's been doing it a long time too, I don't say take too much time off, but take a week or two.
We're going to see. I'm trying to build it in now. You know what I mean? That's why when you told me you were going on vacation, I was like, gosh, how many days?
Because it is natural for comedians to say, God, I could be making money right now.
Yeah, but I
know
need
what I mean?
2 days to just disengage from it all. 2 days to really enjoy myself. 1 day to be like, all right, what I miss? You know,
Yeah, it is tough. You're in that hemisphere where I think a lot of comedians are, where you're just going, you don't hate your job.
I don't.
So it's not like you're clocking in at a steel mill
Mhm.
going, I need a vacation.
Right.
You're like, our life is kind of a vacation.
No, it's not. But
I think so.
it's not. But if you,
I
it's
think so.
absolutely not. But if you put the effort in to have fun while you're out and about and doing stuff, then I can see how it will be. But it takes effort to make the road feel like a vacation, because the point of a vacation is to do nothing.
To some people.
No,
Some people want the excursions.
Well, then you need to go with the group of people that wants the excursions.
Yeah,
If
I want nothing.
I'm sleeping in as long as I can sleep in. I'm not touching this phone. You know, I might
That
do
is
something.
a
I
vacation.
might do something from my childhood. I might build a model car. I might I just
vacation-
want to disengage.
Vacation to me is like you're going, a real vacation is leaving the country, because I've seen the country.
Right.
So to me, a real vacation, leaving the country, whether that could be the Caribbean or overseas,
Mexico's
like Europe
lit too.
Yeah. And
I want to do Italy because you keep doing that. And then there's other people that are like, yo, I was in Italy. Amazing.
dog.
I just want to know where to go. Like I need somebody to be like, this is the perfect Italy vacation for the low energy output trip. Like, you spoon feed me that and I will press buy on that now.
Yeah, you got to do. Well, I did the Amalfi Coast, but I've always heard Lake Como.
Okay.
That's where Clooney's got a house. That's where the Casamigos came to be.
Really?
Him and who is it? Cindy Crawford's husband? Is that his partner?
Okay,
in Casamigos?
yeah. They were just over there having lunch going, let's
Sitting
do
there
this.
on their balcony, looking at Italy,
Right.
and was like sipping on tequila. Like, we can do this, right?
Wow.
We can come up with our own shit, and bam,
That's amazing.
born
Yeah.
in Italy.
$1 billion.
I don't know. We should plan something, man. I go.
Yeah.
We should plan an Italy trip.
I'm down.
We should plan one.
I'm not going to be doing shit, though.
Well,
I might
you'll
see you
learn.
twice.
Vacation with Gary is where are we meeting for dinner?
Yeah, food. Yeah, right. Food is all. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's all it is about. It's all about the food and where you stay.
You bring your squad?
It depends.
Just depends.
I could bring just my guys.
I
The
wonder
Winers?
if I should bring my team or if this is something where Trenton just wants to enjoy his new truck and drive around.
Yeah.
Just know that's what I'm doing.
Mike, I got to introduce you to one.
Could you believe I said I'd get him a truck and he didn't
I thought he was
even
going to cry. I appreciate that.
he didn't even look it up yet.
Look,
Like,
explain
it took him a
Explain
minute.
what you're saying.
Trenton,
Your guy.
my guy, right? The very funny, hardworking comedian Trenton Cotton, who relocated to here and wanted to gift his daughter his vehicle as a graduation gift for her to go off to college and use. And then I said, I'll get you a new truck. I tell him that.
I was there.
Doesn't even look up links. Doesn't know where the truck is. Could have it now.
Could be pink.
Could have had it right away and hadn't looked it up. It took him days, weeks even, to locate the truck. I don't know if he thought I was playing, but now you should see him top open, windows down, riding around, letting that wind slap his head, knowing that he worked hard and deserved that. And I'm glad I got to show him what I felt like. Here, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Know your worth.
Yes.
Take care of those people that definitely take care of you. Man.
I'm like, man, I just couldn't believe how long it took him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't, once I said it, it's like, oh, we're pulling triggers? Go. I just couldn't believe it took, 48, 30, it's 72 hours?
Hold on. The dealership's like, we still got the truck here, man.
Yeah.
Is your guy coming to get it or what?
I don't know what he's doing. The
At this
license
point, we're
plate-
starting you a storage fee.
The,
We're charging you a
the
storage
license
fee.
plate said Cotton. I don't know. I
can never get a license
I don't
plate.
know.
You hear me? I can never get a license plate.
Yeah. You get Cotton on yours, that's going to be an issue. Yeah, you should get towing though. What?
They're not that bad.
Shit.
I've
Just
been
when you
getting
clacked
pedicure-
them together,
I've been getting pedicures on the regular, bro.
you hit your feet together 3 times, and 2 millionaires just went homeless. You don't go anywhere. It's just somebody goes broke every time you clack them.
Somebody just cut their throat.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing this. Yeah.
My next special, I'm gonna get a pedicure during the special.
During the special. Yeah, but I just couldn't believe that. Like, because I've been in that place where I'm like, helping, and like I'm helping, and I wanted my own thing. I'm trying to juggle and all that. So like, for the blessing to be actually said, oh, I get to really, like, I would have been like,
What's the
meet
best?
me at this dealership. I'll be here till you get here to sign off. Like, that's what I would have did. But it took him a couple of days. But he did it.
What's the best gift you ever got in your life? Like, it doesn't have to be anything big. Just you were shocked and it meant a lot at that time in your life, and it completely surprised you.
That hasn't happened yet.
Really?
It hasn't happened yet. But I do remember gifting. I gifted somebody, and it was the first time I gave somebody a gift, and maybe the only time I gave somebody a gift that they went to immediately to tears. Well, I wouldn't even say immediately. Like, there was a realization of what they were looking at, and they're like, wait, is this?
What was it?
Wait. Okay, so my oldest sister is a established author, like New York Times best-selling author, keynote speaker. Her name's Sabrina Jackson Gandy, and she's in the relationship, self-improvement, sacred pampering principles, like that space.
Mm-hmm.
And so she wrote Sacred Pampering Principles. She wrote then she wrote All the Joy You Can Stand, and then she wrote Don't Buy the Love Lies. And then after the Don't Buy the Love Lies, it was, as an author, kind of similar to any content creator or comedian or creative, you're like, what is the next? What's the next thing? And she got into a place where she was like, I can break ice on a new book. I want to travel. I want to this. There's a lot of things she wanted to do, right? Immensely, yes, that word's back. Immensely talented, multifaceted, could do a lot of things. But she was in a place where she was like, I just need to sit down and figure out what's going to be the thing I do or the way I go or where I put my time into. So for this particular Christmas, I had found this little red book with blank pages. And I went about halfway through this, say, 100-page book, front and back, and each page, kind of like in as few words as I could say it, was a different idea that I think she could make $1 million from. And so it was very poignant to like say like based on your skill set, based on what you already do, based on who you are, here's an idea I think you could do. And so like I sat down and researched my own sister and all the stuff she had going on. And so by the third page, she was like, wait, what am I holding? Turns to the page, another very valuable idea. The next page, another very valuable idea. Like, she's like, what? And tears just started falling down her face. While she was turning the page, I was like, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, the next year, because she gave me a little black book and filled it out. I don't think she did as much research as I did because I'm like, I'm already doing half this shit. Like, I'm trying to make this shit work already. You know what I'm saying?
What happened to the recipe? There was a recipe gift too, right? Didn't you have a recipe?
That's my other sister.
Okay.
So Erica, that was a great gift. That was a great gift. But the recipe book, because I cook, but you know, you can pull a recipe from anywhere. And a lot of people, like people with extensive cookbooks at their home, like if you know that chef or that cook or your mom or abuela, she tasted something somewhere and was like, what was that? And then asked for the recipe or saw a recipe in a book somewhere. It's always hodgepodge from the world, you know what I mean? And so my sister started pulling in all the recipes of the things were like the things that I've always like radiated towards. My mom's pecan pie, collard greens, the way, you know, Thelma Ann does it, or like, and so this recipe book started off with those recipes, and then the empty sleeves to be like, and you continue filling this book, you continue filling out all these recipes that give you, you know, where when you taste it, you have that ratatouille critic moment where as soon as you eat it, you like, you go back to when you first had it, who gave it to you, the love that was in the space when you were eating, like you can go there.
Yeah.
And so it's a recipe book full of that. And so the idea book that I gave my sister with the concepts, and I'm not saying that to knock the book she gave me back. I appreciate it, but it went halfway. So the back half of the book was for her to continue. And so she just, and I think it's what made it such a great gift was it was very specific to her, and it was at a time where she legitimately could use that, you know, those get those creative juices flowing in that regard. And that's what she opened. She was like, what is this? You know, she just kind of said, what is it? Come on, what is what? She didn't say nothing. A tear just was like, wow, and like splashed on a page. Like really, it's just like it was like cinematic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that was amazing. So yeah, that's what I would say as a gift. What about you? Have you received anything or given anything that kind of had that crazy effect?
Receive. This is gonna seem so minor. I was in the Navy, and it was Christmas Eve, and I was about to spend Christmas by myself in the barracks. And some people I was in the honor guard with came up and was like, "Yo, we about to go to Philly. You want to go?" I was like, "This. What? When we coming back?" They go, "Tomorrow night, Christmas night."
Right.
I had to be. I was on duty on the 26th. We drove to Philly. Next morning, I woke up. There was a gift underneath the tree, and I went, "What?" And this girl was raised. Her dad was a firefighter. He was a single dad, and he had custody of both his kids, son and daughter. And the daughter I was in the Navy with, and she brought her boyfriend. So I rode with her and her boyfriend, and it was Soap on a Rope from Old Spice. And I go, their Christmas morning, her brother comes by. He's got a Russian girlfriend that doesn't speak English.
Right.
And Janet, I'll never forget, Janet and her boyfriend was there, and her dad's there. And couldn't be more welcoming and everything. And then they're, you know, I didn't meet her brother till that morning, and they're all giving gifts out. And they go, "Gary." And I went, "What?" And they go,
just here.
They handed me a gift. And the brother goes, I open it. He goes, "Bro." He was like this. He goes, "Walgreens. My dad called me on the way here."
Right.
He goes, "So this is all I can find."
Right.
And I go, "Dude, I used that whole soap."
I
hung it up on the shower, and I really
pushing that little tiny ass piece around, trying to get it all.
to this day, it's the best gift I ever got because it was so unexpected. And I'm like 18 years old. I thought I was gonna be by myself in the barracks on Christmas
with nothing, no gifts, no nothing, and they gave you something that actually had high utility value.
Yeah, it was like a joke too. Soap on a rope, Navy,
and you kept dropping your soap leading up to that.
It was just open it up. I go, I love Old Spice. I got a feeling one of my comedian friends are gonna be the spokesperson one day, Dion Cole.
Right. That's amazing.
That was the best gift I ever got for the timing. Giving, God, I got my mom. I don't talk to my mom no more, so I don't know how much it means anymore. But at the time, I bought her a car, and I got a nice little Hyundai.
She passed?
No, I just don't talk to her.
Okay.
So
maybe that should be the next gift you give yourself and her.
What?
Mend
She just
it.
won't talk to me. I can't make somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You can call and text. But my kids used to be like, God, every time we go out, Grandma should have any air conditioning. They hated right in her car. And I go, I didn't know. I go, huh? They go, yeah, our friggin' windows. Like, we got to rely with the windows down in the summer. I was like, oh. So I went and got a little brand new Hyundai. And Hyundai? Is that how you say it?
Hyundai.
Yeah. And I'll never forget, I got my old manager, Brad. I said, Mom, I got to talk to you. And she goes, I need you to come over today. It's really important. And she's like, okay. And I guess she thought, I don't know what she thought, but I've never said that to her.
Right.
And I said, I'll have her in the house. And when I get her there, I had the dealer drive it in with the bow on it into the driveway. So I said, Brad, I need you to film this. I could have really used Trenton on that day. So this fucking Brad, I walk outside. I'm like, surprise. Mom goes, what? And, she gives me a hug. It's kind of emotional. It wasn't super emotional, but it was somewhat. And I go to play it back. Brad was crying. Brad missed it.
The
video is the bushes.
Oh, my God.
So you hear, I'm going, surprise. And you don't see anything.
Right.
I go, what happened?
Right.
He goes, I got a little emotional, man. I was like, you missed everything.
Oh, my God.
So that was a good gift. I think that was a good one. I tell you, the funniest gift, I tried to do something good, and it backfired. I went back to my high school, and I wanted to give a 4-year scholarship to a kid.
Okay.
Right? I didn't want to I don't like giving money to random charities because you don't know where it's going.
Right.
I like to give something to somebody I know I can tangibly see them using it.
Right.
So I got with my principal, got with the superintendent, and I said, I want to do a Garyowen scholarship. Okay. And I want it to be, doesn't have to be a single parent home, but it has to be low income.
Right.
And I want it to be somebody that deserved it.
Right.
Somebody that reminded me of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this kid, we meet with like 5 kids. I let the school pick 5.
Okay. We
sit down and meet with 5 kids. So the 4 that didn't get the scholarship, one, I bought a laptop. One, I gave whatever their field was, I gave him something.
Okay.
Right. This kid, he got me. And he goes, yeah, I grew up, he lived in a trailer park I grew up in for a little bit. His
Same one?
Same trailer park.
Oh, wow.
His parent, they found him living in the woods. Eating mushrooms. Like mushrooms that grow.
Yeah.
The motherfucker was homeless.
Right.
Like, damn near. And his dad would just leave him in the trailer for a long time by himself.
Right.
The lady that worked in the school cafeteria took him in. The lunch lady.
Right.
They ain't got a lot of money. Took him in. So I was like, whoa, this kid. So he
had good grades.
He had decent grades.
Right.
It wasn't about the grades. It was about you've been through some shit.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, can you imagine if you didn't have to worry about shit, what you could do?
Man.
Well, this backfired.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay.
I knew I might just gave like a hustler a scholarship here because he hustled me. He hustled all of us in the room as far as like, if we give the scholarship, blah, 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 what's important to you, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So he got accepted to a school in Columbus, not Ohio State, but a smaller school, which was actually more expensive.
Okay.
And I go, all right. So we give him the scholarship. I do this whole thing. It's online. You can go to YouTube and look it up.
Right.
I'm crying.
Okay.
Because I'm telling the whole story about him, and I saw like myself in him, right? And I go, first he goes, hey, what is it, indoctrination, or what is it before you go your freshman year? The
orientation.
Yeah. He goes, hey, orientation is next week. It's like at 8 in the morning, and it's like a 2-hour drive from where he lived to Columbus. He goes, so I was thinking, so we didn't have to get up early. We could go in the night before, and you can get the hotel room. How's that sound? It's exactly what he said to me on the phone. I say, nah, you have to get up early. I was like, and I hung up going, did this kid almost hustle me out of a hotel? For me, it was like, no, you get up at 5:30, you're on the road at 6, you're at orientation by 8.
Right.
You don't go the night before and ask me to pay for the room. I'm already giving you a scholarship. So I was already like,
or ask the lunch lady.
that was a lot.
Right.
You know? So then he gets there and his grades aren't good. So I said, I'm gonna go meet with him. He got on academic probation almost immediately.
Once he was at school.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I go up and I remember we went to BW3's and got something to eat. And I told him, I said, hey, what should I eat around here? He goes, I don't know. All the restaurants cost money. He goes, I haven't gone out to eat. I said, wait a minute. I said, I've got your schedule. You got free time.
Right.
And then I was like, and he's eating for free. I'm paying for everything. I'm paying for tuition and room, board, everything, right? So I'm going, I said, well, you got the card for, you eat like 3 meals a day for free, right? He goes, yeah, but it's just the cafeteria food and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I said, you can get a side job if you want. You got enough time to get a part-time job. He's like, yeah. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going, red flag, right?
Oh, man.
So his freshman year's up, and I was like, yo, you're failing. Like, you're getting D's and F's. And I told him, I pulled him aside. I said, look, man, all you got to do is pull a professor aside. There's not a professor out there that's going to fail somebody that's given effort.
Right.
They want you to succeed. I said, you're not doing what you need to do.
Apply yourself.
Man. So then I said, he hustled, didn't do what he was supposed to do. But I found out he was catching a bus back to his hometown to see his girlfriend or other girls, right? I'm going, well, if you got time to get on a bus because you don't have a car.
It's a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
It's a 4-hour bus ride.
So you got time for that.
You're going 8 hours round trip.
Time to get a job, right? So I called the school and I said, look, has he met with the counselor? They go, no, he's just failing. And I even told him, I said, look, don't look. He acted like he couldn't vibe with the other kids.
Okay.
Right? I said, no. This is what I've learned. My kids went to private school. Private school kids have a bad rep of they think they're better than people. You know, they're going to look down on you. I said, what I've seen is just the opposite. I said, all the kids my kids went to school with, they're very charity driven. A lot of them realize they have a lot and they want to give back.
Right.
And they want to bring people up.
Right.
That's what I've gotten out of an
right.
all boys, all girls school. I said, so all these guys you're looking at, like these frat dudes and shit like that, I said, be a sponge, man, hang out with them. I said, that's the friend circle you want. You don't want the friend circle that you had.
Right.
It's going to bring you down. So I called the school. I said, look, I will pay his tuition this sophomore year if he's doing the work and getting good grades.
Right.
If not, I'm not.
Right.
Right. That's why.
Like turning around, dude.
Him, I said, dude, it's on you. You gotta show me what you got. He failed out. So I only had to pay 1 year.
I mean, there's your silver lining. You gotta try it again. Can't let that one kid define that.
It scarred me.
You gotta try it again.
Because he hustled me, bro.
I'm gonna try it again. I'm working on the Nate Jackson Foundation to do nonprofit work. So I want to do that, but I also want to have Also, if you're hearing this, don't get so excited that you're like, it exists already, because it doesn't. But the idea is to have that pipeline that the Northwest Leadership for Change used to have, where kids from the Pacific Northwest can go tour HBCUs and schools and universities in other regions and see what scholarships they have to offer, and go get out of the Pacific Northwest, see what else there is, so you can truly appreciate the Pacific Northwest, because this is a place that's beautiful, it's awesome, it's dope. But if you grew up here, you get sucked into the bad parts of it. You'll never get out.
That's any city,
Any small city for sure.
yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying?
You got to leave. You can come back,
Yeah.
but that goes
You need
back to
perspective.
travel.
Yeah.
There's people that travel. You can have conversations. People that never leave. It's like, we're right. I can't see the world another way. Like, there's other
And they're like in a time capsule.
facts.
You know what I mean? Like nothing's changed. I go back to where I'm from, and the same people are at the same jobs. The same people are in the same clubs. The same, like,
I mean, how big was your high school?
little 3A.
Like, how many? Like,
I don't know how many students.
300 people graduate, 200 people graduate.
Sure.
All right.
They're smaller.
Do
but
they
it's
all? Let me ask you this: do most of them marry each other?
there's a lot of that.
That's in my high school. Sometimes I want to be like, hey, other people are fucking.
Yeah, and I think the internet that's one of the good things I'd say the internet has brought to society. Is like, even if you're in a small town, even if you're in a small town, or even if, let's say there's 200 people in your county and there's 7 young people, but if you got an Instagram, you can see that there's more than just you know what I mean.
I'm fascinated by that. Are you like? I love following accounts or just looking at other accounts from other parts of the earth.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang, they doing that over there. Okay.
Right.
Do you watch the hyper kids from Africa?
the dancing kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at the background.
Right,
I'm like, yeah, they're just.
I'm
happy
watching a
dancing.
guy that makes these like great cinematic videos and stuff, and I think he's in like Ghana. Like, he has literally nothing. He do a video, and then he's like singing. He's like, he's doing a music video to some popular artist. It's raining. You're like, what is? Did they show the making of the video? Singing. He's like, he's doing a music video to some popular artist. It's raining. You're like, what is? Did they show the making of the video? Broomstick in his face, pulling him on a red thing. Somebody's holding a store plastic bag.
It's like the primitive selfie stick.
Literally. But they're holding a Safeway bag or whatever their store is, equivalent, full of water, and somebody else takes up another broom and pokes it, and then that's where the water's coming from. And so he's just like singing under this bag of water. Then they show the video, and it's only that. And I'm like, this is amazing.
Right.
Amazing. And he's barefooted. They're all barefooted. I'm like, golly.
Who's the one guy over there in India that he always does the parody videos and he's hysterical?
The little old guy?
The older dude?
Sul, S-U-L, I think.
Yeah,
his name.
he'll do like sprayed on abs of like Zac Efron and be like, Zac Efron. Or,
Yeah, Sul.
Or he did the Ashton Hall thing.
Yeah.
Duck the ice.
Yeah.
That guy
Running.
is hysterical.
Yeah, so.
What do you think
I
of
don't
that
know.
guy?
I don't even know if he's over there.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know.
I think
It just
he's in
seems like
L.A. Shit.
Yeah.
But I seen him in L.A. I met him in L.A. shooting
Oh,
content.
that's funny. Yeah, he could be. What'd you think of the Ashton Hall guy?
I mean, do your thing, man. I don't know if that's real.
No, we know it's not real.
I'm just saying,
He's
like,
just content creating.
yeah, it's great content. I mean, he may actually do that shit every day. And
No,
then
I think
he
he's
just-
definitely workout. He works out like a madman, obviously.
The proof is in, you can see the guy's ripped, so obviously he's working out. But I'm saying he's not showing that daily routine every day that I know of. He's just like, hey, this is my daily routine. You know what I'm saying?
Well, his interviews, he said, he goes, he looked at he looked like Mr. Beast. They said, who's your biggest inspiration? He goes, Mr. Beast. He goes, I
Jimmy
followed his lead and saw Mr. Beast says, he might make 10 million, but he's putting 8 into his content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He goes, I realized, I got to spend money on the content. Because that's the one thing I said. I said, regardless how you feel about him, I said, you can't take away visually. And even the sounds.
Yeah.
You can't take that away. 'Cause that's what sucks. I think it's the visual, but it's also the little noises he makes too.
Yeah. The Foley.
Like when the toothpaste
For
made
sure,
a sound.
Yeah.
I was like, the toothpaste?
Yeah. He got a Foley artist.
Right.
Right. As soon as he's running the other beat, that right. He might be slow as fuck.
Yeah.
We'll never know. He raced the dog hit his legs, he fell, he got up. But I like when he what I thought was interesting is when he did he's like, this was my life before I changed it. So he was throwing shit at the TV and
watching porn,
eating Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish he would do this is the pussy I got before.
This
is the pussy I get now.
Right. It's just like a fucking Spanish boy sitting on his bed.
He's like, this is
Hola.
This is what he got to do. This is me at Tootsie's before.
Right.
He's trying to get in. He can't get a lap dance. This is me now. He's got him coming out of a back room, zipping up his pants. Wow.
Right. Dead ass.
Have you been to Tootsie's in Miami?
No.
Okay, now that I'm divorced, I can talk about it.
Okay.
But I was at the Fort Lauderdale Improv and the power went out.
Oh no.
And I went, oh shit, we had 3 shows.
Okay.
Sold out 3 shows. I was like, you can't get that money back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. It's the first show.
Right.
And I still did the show. It went out while my feature was on stage.
Damn.
So
what'd you do? Phone lights?
they told me, they go, dude, I'm in the dressing room. I go, just happened.
Right.
And they go, dude, some grid went out or something. They go, we're trying to get it back. We're trying to save these last 2 shows.
Right.
So after about 45 minutes, I realized it probably ain't gonna happen.
Right.
So my feature was kind of trying to power through it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, tell them I'll go up.
In the dark?
In the dark, bro.
No mic.
No mic.
Okay.
They got a flashlight.
Okay.
Right. So he took a break. He did pause because he came to the dressing room, but then he went back out there.
Right.
And I said, I'm gonna go up. Tell him I'm gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up, no mic, nothing, and the back area left because they couldn't hear shit.
Right.
And they couldn't see shit.
Right.
They left. But the people appreciate that in the front. Motherfucker, I did a meet and greet.
In the dark.
In the dark. Because you do it back then you did it in the front.
Right.
The last 2 shows get canceled, right? This is the beginning of the end of that feature act though. I'm on stage. He's trying to, I don't know if he was hollering at some chicks or what, in the audience, but I can hear him. I don't have a microphone.
Right.
I can't overtalk you.
Right.
I'm like, where is this noise coming from? I expected some chatter.
Right.
Not from you though.
Right.
And he's going, so I get off and I go, I'm not a yeller. I'm not one to snap on people. I looked at him. We're out in front of the improv. I go, dude, what was that? And he goes, what? I go, what the fuck are you doing talking? I'm on stage, bro. I said, we're on the same team. He goes, wow. And he's making a whole scene now. And he goes, see, I knew you was going to say that shit. I went, fuck you. I did the whitest shit I could ever do. I go, fuck you,
Strong finger out.
Right? Me and my opener went to
what did he say?
I left.
So he never even got to be like, they were talking and I was telling him.
No, I saw it. Dude, he was hollering at some chicks.
Oh, wow.
But loud.
Right.
But he's conversating with them while I'm on stage.
Right.
Right. So we went to Tootsie's that night to watch the Conor McGregor Eddie Alvarez fight. I'll never forget the fight. That was my whole Tootsie's experience. But the next day, the Hard Rock, that pool area.
So
the
Tootsie's had power.
Everybody had power except whatever little restaurants and shit was right there. The Hard Rock had power. Just that area. Remember the Fort Lauderdale Improv? The old one sat on the side of the casino. And the Hard Rock.
Never did it. But yeah.
Oh, well, it sat kind of on the side. Whatever. So, anyways, there was 4 businesses that didn't get power, and that was one of them. So the next day, have you stayed at that Hard Rock though?
No.
Oh, they got a cool pool area, but there's a bar and the lazy river and the pool surrounds it. It's in the middle. We see him, and he's like, he doesn't speak to me.
The feature?
My feature. And he's my regular guy. I travel with him.
Right.
He doesn't talk to me, and I go, yeah, he's fired. And they go, huh? I go, I called the club because he got smart with me again. He sent me a text where he got smart, right? And so I called the club. I said, yeah, when he shows up tonight, tell him he's fired. And they go, so I told him already, don't show up tonight.
Right.
I didn't say you're fired. I said, don't come tonight.
Right.
And so he still tried to show up at the club, and the club wouldn't let him in. And they was like, Gary said you can't come in. And he was like, what? And I said, he showed up? I said, I'm shocked. He must have thought I was just bullshitting or I was a whatever. So they didn't let him in. And that's his home club. That's where he lives.
Damn.
And they got a new guy. They, people don't realize how many starving comics there are out there. They got a guy so fast that was so appreciative that helped with the merch better than my guys were helping. I said, hey, man, you mind helping with pictures and stuff? Take pictures? He goes, dude, whatever you need. He was so goddamn helpful. I said, okay. I say people can be replaced. I let him go for like a month, and then I called him, and we talked, and he was just like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was so fucking drunk. And then he goes, I was drunk the next day when I saw you at the pool. He goes, I don't remember sending that text. I go, yeah, because when you ignored me at the pool, I was like, wait a minute. You can act like I'm not here? You're not even gonna. If he would apologize then, we was all gravy because the night before. But I was so taken back. But anyways, I ended up at Tootsie's that night to watch the Conor McGregor fight. And there's a lot to look at. It's cool to watch a fight and an ass come down a pole at the same time. Like, damn, that guy got knocked out. Damn.
Do you like the strip club, like, for the after party or the place to go after? It seems like it'd be the only thing left open.
I'm not a strip club guy.
I'm not either.
I don't understand the throwing the money.
Yeah,
and
I don't like nothing for it.
And I don't like lap dances because you got like baby orange juices on you and you kind of stink. And I'm going, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I will say Magic City does have good food.
Yeah, the chicken wings in Magic City.
They had like a salmon, rice, and broccoli.
Out of this world?
Shut up.
Was it wild caught?
I don't know at that time. I don't know. But it was wild rice. Only that part of Magic City, you're gonna definitely smell like there's gonna be it's a certain smell that the strip clubs you can smoke in have.
Yeah.
And I can't put my finger on it, but it's the same all across the country.
Smoke kitchen, hustle,
it's the same.
pussy, a little bit of funk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the craziest night I ever saw at a strip club, though, was Dallas.
Onyx.
Texas. It could have been Onyx. It was the Steelers were playing the Packers, that Super Bowl.
Okay.
So it was one of them Shaq tours. They had us there, which you just said.
Yep.
Super Bowl. So I was hanging out with Andre Johnson, the wide receiver. So we go, let's just say Onyx, right? We're there, and I'll never forget, Andre, when we walked in, told the lady, like, I think he gave her like $300-400 to get ones.
Right.
I gave the girl $100 for ones, right? Mayweather showed up.
Oh, shit.
And Drake showed up.
Oh, shit.
They had a battle royale of ones. They brought a wagon out.
A wagon?
And they took the ones off the cellophane.
That's one of the bricks.
Yeah, but it was like that thick and went up to like
the
here.
waist. Yeah.
I was like, and they just started ripping them. I couldn't see you. There were so many ones coming down. Right here, I couldn't see you.
Right.
I went like this. Somebody said, what are you doing? I go, I just put my hand here, money falls in it.
Man, 50 was throwing money out like that and down there in
Shreveport? No. I was there. I've never seen. When I say could not see you, I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
And they kept battling. Like, it was Drake and Floyd. And both like, you ain't beating me. And Floyd wasn't about to lose.
Right.
It just kept. There were girls that weren't strippers that were just taking their clothes off. Like, why do you have black or pink bra? I told Andre, I go, let's just put our money on the table.
Let's just relax.
When they brought my 100 back, I just put it in my pocket, and I told Andre, I go, just set it down on the table.
Just wait.
I told Floyd later, I said, I think you bought 5 strippers Hondas that night.
I wonder what he spent.
It was Drake too.
Yeah.
It was so much. And this was 2011, I think. Was that Super Bowl? I think it was 2011 or 12. Yeah, so it was January, February of 2011 or 12. So Floyd was the champ in the middle of being the champ. And Drake was Drake, but he was an icon Drake.
Okay.
He was that guy on the way.
Right.
But it wasn't like, because I remember they introduced me when we got there. Because Drake was there before Floyd got there.
Okay.
And they brought me over. They said, Drake, you know Gary Owen? He goes, oh, yeah, man, you made me laugh many nights, many, many nights.
That's cool.
And then I was like, I said, dude, I shot Little Man in Vancouver, and I watched Degrassi every day. I go, and when I first saw your first video, I go, that's the guy in the wheelchair.
Right.
From Degrassi, I go, he can walk.
Right. This whole time?
Yeah.
Wheelchair Jimmy got
That's all I
bars?
thought. I go, he can walk. But that night,
I've never been in where it's just nutty raining like that. But when I was at Magic City, Trey Songz was there, and he made it rain. But then he's
scary.
No, he was a little guy.
No. He's the stories
Like, he
I've heard
knew
on.
the women. Like he like
No, the stories I've heard on. But
they took him downstairs or wherever. There's a downstairs in Magic City. Apparently, that's where the girls are all getting dressed and all that. Like Trey was like down there chilling.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to hang out with him for too many stories.
He's got a lot of like you said scary.
Yeah, I think he's a scary dude. Not to me, but to women.
Okay. Yeah, I saw some
you
stuff
heard
in the news where they said he was spitting in their mouths and stuff like that.
I mean, you heard the Terrence Crawford story, right? From 50s Weekend in Houston 3 years ago?
Bud Crawford?
Yeah.
Well, no, what?
Oh, yeah. I saw it, so I know it's completely accurate. I've been telling this story to my close friends for a couple years.
Sure, you want to tell it now?
Yeah, it's fine. It's nothing bad.
What
But
happened?
Bud told it on all the podcasts. He started doing this whole media tour, and I saw it. It's not bad.
Right.
They shot, they had a celebrity basketball game, and I don't think Trey knew who Terrence was. And they said, let's do a 3-point contest for $100 a ball. Shot 5 balls. Crawford was up by 1. So Trey Songz owed Terrence Crawford $100. Right. So he was like, yo, Trey just started to leave. Bub was like, yo, you got to come up with that 100, man.
Right.
He was like, man. And Trey treated him like, man, get this motherfucker out of my face. Called him the N-word a couple times. And Bub was like, yo, I ain't one of these R&B Negroes. He goes, I'll beat your ass. And he looked at his bodyguard like, I'll beat your ass.
Right.
And everybody's like, he goes, we can go in one of these back rooms right now.
Right.
I'm going to beat your ass. He goes, I ain't these R&B brothers. Trey was like, who is it? And everybody's like, bitch, you don't know who that is?
Right. It's a champ.
This dude ain't talking shit.
Right.
He's going to beat your bodyguard's ass and yours.
Right.
I was like.
The bodyguard's like, take this 100 shit.
But the fact that he just disregarded him, and I was like, oh, you're that dude. Okay. Not to mention, 50 kicked him out that weekend.
Kicked him out of
The whole weekend. Go home. Go
You're
home.
doing too much.
Dude, he's starting fights. He's mad if a girl wants to sleep with another dude. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Right.
I saw it, and I could talk about it now, but it was like he walked into the after party. This is at the night of the comedy show.
Right.
He walked in and he saw a girl that I guess he used to mess with in Houston, and she was talking to some other dude or with some other dude.
Yeah.
And he snapped on her in the club. What? Like, yeah, that's why you swallowed my shit last time I was here.
Sheesh.
I was like, wait a minute. So you haven't slept with nobody since you came to Houston? Like, I was almost looking at him like, so the last time you was Houston, let's say it was a year ago. Right. You haven't done nothing? You've been waiting on her? You met her because she moved on? But he said it, and I go, did he just say what I thought he said? And I'm going, but he got an argument over a female that weekend. It's Trey Songz. You can get just whoever you want. Just
You're a
chill.
sex symbol.
Just chill. But I was like, I don't want to hang out with him. I don't want to act like I want to be around him. I was like, and then when 50 posted on his Instagram sharing everything, these R&B brothers are wilding and
right.
Kicked him out. He goes, yeah, Trey Songz got to go. I was like,
50 runs his Instagram like he's just talking to the homies.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, fam, the world is watching this.
I love that dude.
Man, he needs to know I exist.
Oh, 50 knows. He's like, if you know Chanel, he knows you.
Yeah, but that show sucked.
No, it was fine. I think you're being too hard on yourself. If you know entertainment, you know business, they put you in literally the worst slot, other than last.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Cat went last, there was no energy in the room.
Cat was like, nigga, Dave Chappelle.
Whatever. Right. Or 50 Cent. He gonna close it. You know what I mean?
The only person that can do this?
Yeah.
50 Cent. Yeah.
But no, 50's the best. He hooked my girl, her birthday, he let us use his suite at the Astros game. hooked it up.
This is what I think is so interesting about 50, right? Like, years of social media, pre-social media, whatever, like, it's almost like there is no questioning what 50 Cent said. Does that make sense?
With 50 what?
What he said.
There's no gray area.
50 said it is real.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
And then even if you're like, wait, what? Just wait, because the receipts are coming.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how long has he been online being like, did he this, did he that? And now I'm cool. He was calling him Fluffy, Puffy, like
Yep.
nicknames. Her like, damn, 50 on his head, 50 on his head. And then this shit hits the fan. Everybody's like, yo. And now he's walking around free. Did he?
That was AI.
It wasn't him?
No, that was him, but he didn't have that shirt on. They doctored that for the internet.
For sure?
Yeah, the one at the basketball game?
Yeah.
No, they showed what he really had on.
Okay.
That was
But
not saying he wouldn't wear it.
right, that's what I'm saying. His disposition has been such that it's like, nigga, I'm sure it was like, why didn't I wear it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like, you know what I'm saying?
Anybody he trolls, I'm like this. He's right. If he said
he ain't going off of feeling. He's got receipts.
No. He said that dude got his salad tossed 2 nights ago by a transgender. It happened.
And right. And then the dude is like, well, I'm not sure about the scenario which is we're talking about. You're like, no, 50 already said it, bro. Like,
I stay on his good side.
he's the court of public opinion. If he
Facts.
said pop. And then what he said, like the even the Action Network, like everybody's like, so he's gonna do all that just to make shows on Stars? And then right now Fitz like, I'm not selling any more shows on Stars. Catch me here. The city pushing back against him. He's like, I think we're gonna work this out.
Yep.
I saw videos of the guy like, somebody gotta pay us. You wanted it. Fifth just posted it like, this is how y'all feel?
Yep.
And then you look up and then like, boom, the city has awarded that. They got this, the loan, the lease, the mortgage, this, like, and I mean that, like, it's like just to see it all come together, and like he has a lot of space to be like, I told you so.
His team is so strong.
And he don't say I told you so. I don't even see a whole damn team. It's just like it's
I'm
50
talking about his
saying
lawyers.
Oh,
his financial guys.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was the one that was like, I'm moving to Texas. New York's ridiculous with their pricing.
So he
and
moved to
their
Houston
taxes.
first?
Yep.
Yeah, because I saw the weekend, like the fun, like that same concept in Houston. I was like, okay, so he does that. He just does that.
Well, it was they called it Tycoon.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it in Vegas or Atlanta first, like 5 years ago,
Mhm.
and then he wanted to do it every year. He was supposed to do it in Dallas. Supposed to do it here.
He wanted to move it around? Or he was trying to lock
Tycoon.
in somewhere?
He's gonna do like a Tycoon weekend every year, somewhere different.
Move it around like NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he moved to Houston, but dude, Bun B is like the unofficial mayor of Houston.
Yeah.
And then and Jay Prince is the Secret Service.
Yeah.
But 50 moved in quick.
Yeah.
And was like, this is how smart he is.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a football game 3 years ago, and he let me come up to his suite. And, most rappers, you think they'd have other rappers, models, shit like that. This motherfucker had the superintendent of public schools. Like shit like that.
Right.
And they're like, oh, he got people making moves in the city in
Right.
the suite. Average looking dudes.
Right.
I was like this. 50 knows what he's doing.
Yes.
He got the right people around. They for opening day, he was the grand marshal for baseball.
Right.
He was the guy.
Right. Throwing out
The
the
grand
pitch.
marshal.
Yeah.
Marching in the parade, all that shit. Like 50 he's just smart. He's a smart business dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's a good way to end it before we
Yeah. Get the 50 laws of power.
that part.
It's the 48 laws of power with his way.
Yeah.
And you can even listen to the audio version. He's the one that is narrating the book.
Well, that's the one when he said Diddy's going away. I said, he's probably going away. He even said
That's what I'm saying. We're not.
They ain't got no charges on him. He gonna be free. I'm like, what did 50 say?
Man, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's gonna be our episode for now. But man, I hope you guys loved. I hope you loved the special. I hope you've watched it once. I hope you've watched it twice. I hope you just press play and then went to work and let it play a third time. I hope if you have multiple accounts on your Netflix, you just played it
what
on
you
a
gotta
different
do.
device all over the place. If you saw it, if you enjoyed it, tell 10 people.
Post it.
Yeah,
That's the key.
post it.
Post it. Watch this. Put the link up.
Yep.
It's an easy way to support
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Just take a selfie in front of your TV. Me on the screen, you in front of it. Bye.
That part.
Me and you. Let's take a
Feet
picture
out
together.
with your toes. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post my toes and Nate in the background. Hold on, Nate. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna put on the TV, have my toes on the TV
Lord.
as I'm watching it.
Oh my God. Your feet just up in front of it?
Right there,
Sheesh.
right by your face.
Yeah. So thank you very much, man. I hope you guys love it. And that's that episode.
We'll see you next week.
Peace.